Here's a little walk around the ponds to show you the relationship of the old pond right outside the kitchen windows of the house, the big koi in it. And there's the filtration pit with the door up, the fenced in area next to it, and in a minute we'll go to the filter pit that's just on the other side of that fenced in area. But for now, here's the middle pond, a little better view of it. A couple rocks sitting there on pieces of liner, some water iris, a little bit of algae, although I put some algaecide in there not too long ago, so that should be on the way out. Water lilies and goldfish in this top area, and then I call that the spring hole, right where water flows in, and that comes out of those two sand gravel barrels, and water's pumped into there underground from this pit right here. So that was explained in the video just before. For now, here's the gazebo, and so if we walk around the gazebo and come here to the new pond. This one we built last year and some this year as well, as far as finishing touches. So anyway, here's sort of the approach. Oop, there goes a frog. And the fish will notice us and come up here pretty quickly. The waterfall is not on full speed at all. I have it just kind of on a maintenance. Just a little bit of water coming through, and for right now, yeah, here's all the fish. They think they might be getting fed, which I'll feed them a little bit later. Anyway, this water is just recovering from having the ultraviolet bulbs go out, and I had to order some new ones. By the time they came, this water was almost like pea soup, so you could hardly see the fish. Now at least it's clear enough that you can see them well a couple feet down. But anyway, this is just take a second and take a look at this little herd of fish. And then this pond is about 36 feet long, and it's about 12 feet wide at the widest points, maybe 12 and a half. Has two skimmers. There's one, and then the other one is at the other end. There are 3 bottom drains in it, spaced throughout. And we'll just take one more look here from this direction. And there's the gazebo. Okay, now going back this direction, let's take a look at the pit. The doors are open, the light's on. You can see the fenced in area. That's my quarantine tank, which is occupied right now by a fish I received that had an ulcer on its side, so I'm treating that. I'm planning right now, I've been deciding what to do with this area. I think I'm going to actually put a roof on it and make that just a watertight area with windows, and I'll be able to keep it warmer in the winter that way too. Okay, so this pit area has in it, there's a sump at the bottom to pump water out, and it goes all the way out to the ditch. There are 2 RDFs, or rotating drum filters, in it that look like this. This one may come on before too long. Looks like it's close to cycling. Here's the pump, 8,500 gallon an hour pump, ES 8,500. The water it pumps goes up here to a shower unit that is through the wall and inside the fenced in area, or using this adjustment I can make some of the water divert, or all of it if I want to, and that goes on out underground to the waterfall. So this particular RDF has in it 3 lines coming in, 4-inch lines. This one and this one are from the skimmers at each end of the pond, and then this one right here comes from the one of the 3 bottom drains. I'm thinking about changing that, especially if this starts getting too many leaves in it. I'd like to have this have pretty clean water in it, so it's just doing fine filtration, just small particles out. Anyway, and then I'm thinking about replacing this particular unit with 2 sieves like we saw in the other one, in the other pit. They will screen out large things like leaves. Here are the lines coming in underground. There's 1, 2, 3 bottom drain lines, and each of them has on it a gate valve that goes up, and this level here is still out of water. They each attach this pipe that goes through the wall, and there's a safety extra gate valve on it, so in case any of them leak, it won't leak water out. But if it ever does leak water out, it will only drain the pond about to 2 feet shallower than it is now. So even if one of the gate valves was left open by accident. So anyway, this gate valve I open, and one at a time of each of these, and it just floods water out and to the ditch to help flush those 3 lines. 2 of these lines, this one back here and this one, go into the RDF I'm standing next to, and then the 3rd one is this one here that goes around and back to the RDF machine that's just behind it. And then these 2 lines right here come from the 2 skimmers. So that's kind of an overview. Both RDFs send most of their water. One of them goes through this ultraviolet unit, and that helps keep the water from turning green like you were seeing it. So it has new bulbs in it now. These 2 lines go out into the shower, and right here is the overflow. This is just a standpipe that actually goes out right there through the wall. There's 2 extra 2-inch lines. This is one of them here, and there's the other one right there. And they both come up. This one right now is one of the drain lines for the shower, so that one is going back into the pond, just gravity flowing water out into the pond underground all that way. This one though is just a standpipe, so when I open that valve, water will just come up in here whatever level it is at the pond. And then by adjusting these 2 Fernco fittings up or down, then when the pond level gets here, it's full. If the pond level rises from a heavy rain up here, the water flows out and down and into the drain that goes all the way to the ditch. And so I can regulate the level of the pond by moving these Fernco fittings up or down just a little bit. And there's the opening in the top here just so that water can flow freely, and I can glance in there and see what it's doing. So hope that gives you an idea of what's going on in here. It looks complicated, but it's actually fairly simple. The 5 main lines coming from the pond are divided between that filter and this filter, and that mechanically removes materials, and then most of the water goes back through the pipe and out through the wall into the shower, and some of it is diverted to the waterfall, and from the shower it goes back underground inside this fenced in area. It goes underground out through this corner down here, underground all the way back, and through openings in the side of the pond about a foot from the bottom of the pond in there. There's 4 main openings, and then there's 2 small extra ones that come from in this pit area. Hopefully that helps give you an idea of how this pond operates.